Hey guys, it's Dr. Steve, master of the subconscious mind and doctor who fixes 100% of orthopedic issues not related to cancer, fracture, or infection. And so I want to ask you today, who do you really want to be, right? Do you want to be your societal self that's under control and just fit in with all the programming, or do you want to be your spiritual self? Because the societal self has to fit in. It has to conform. It has to be a certain way. It has to be accepted, right? And it's programmed starting at a young age from TV, your government, your schools, your parents, right? And those are those things are all just what form us and create the ego of who you think you really are. And so the other part that you have to choose, if you would choose to get out of the matrix, is to choose the spiritual self, which is living, losing all the fears, and living through the soul. Right? Because when you live through the soul, there's infinite possibilities to live and create the abundance that you want. And it's really digging deep, looking at the subconscious beliefs that you have, letting those things go, knowing what's really true. It's listening to the soul and getting out of the ego, getting out of the mind, because you are not your mind, right? You are the thing running the body and the mind, right? And so that's out here. So we want to look outside at the whole picture and look at the vibration and go with the flow of life. And when we do that, we reconnect and we live our soul's path. So if you decide to go on that journey where you live your spiritual self, what happens is you're going to lose friends. You're going to gain new soul family on that quest, on that journey. It's probably one of the hardest decisions you're ever going to make, because you're going to have rapid transformation of losing family, of losing spouses, of girlfriends, of boyfriends, of all the people in your life, because they're not going to understand that journey. But it's the most freeing, enlightening thing you could possibly do for yourself, because you lose the need for approval from others, right? If you choose to leave that matrix of control, you don't need external gratification through others' approval, through money, through status. None of that matters anymore. And the thing of it is that's where everything manifests, is unattachment. So when you think about something, you create it, right? So when you think about things and you know that you create it, but you have an attachment to it and you're wondering where it's at, you're not trusting the universe. Because when you set an intention to manifest, what you do is you just never think about it. You just say, this is going to happen. The universe has no time and space, and you just set it, right? When you put a timeline and you get stressed about things and you doubt, that doubt isn't trust, and the universe doesn't deliver trust, because you're not opening your heart and trusting. So it doesn't give you the intuition, the people in your life to follow, right? And you're not speaking your truth, because you're not your authentic self. You're not living through the soul. You're living through the ego, what you can see with your eyes. That's not spirituality, right? That's control, and control is not love. That's force, using the lower chakras. That's the majority of people. So do you want to be like everyone else? Or do you want to be your authentic self and be the unique ones? Because that's the true spiritual journey, and that's why we're all here. Because again, you are not your mind. You are the thing running it, right? You are a human being having a spiritual, or you're a spiritual being having a human experience. That's the truth. So, don't worry about the status. Don't worry about what's going on. Just set the intention. Don't believe it. Believe with all your heart that it's going to happen. It will come true every single time. You'll be creating infinite possibilities with that approach. So, what I do in my office is I reprogram the subconscious mind for people. And the reason why their businesses pick up and their relationships heal and they attract better partners in their life is because I do go into the subconscious and things they're not even aware of, right? So if somebody comes in and they want to save their relationship, they have to believe that, not all women are bad or not all men are bad, right? And you can't just say men, you have to say males, right? You have to say boys, you have to say guys, right? And you have to say all these different things, because they all have different meanings. Even money, moolah, dough, Benjamins, there's different ways that people associate with money, right? Coin, whatever it is, stacks, those are all different terms that people associate with money. And so you can't just say, I'm going to live an abundant life with a limited amount of money. Well, that's just one phrase, and we got to hit all the different phrases in the subconscious mind to really manifest that and become, disconnected and vibrate in the right frequency. Because when I put people in the right frequency in the office, and the reason they manifest the things that they want, like physical ailments going away, health challenges disappearing, the reason why is because we get to that root of that subconscious mind. And the real reason why the manifestation actually happened, because the body speaks the mind in your life and in your health. So when I reprogram that and I transform those manifestations, because that vibration goes out in the universe, right? Our thoughts become our neurotransmitters, our hormones, our digestive enzymes, right? They vibrate at a frequency that goes out in the universe, right? And in quantum physics, they call those waves. And it basically, to the next moon cycle, right? Every moon cycle it goes through, and if you've done your work, you manifest what it is you are working on. If you didn't, you get more challenges. So it's not bad or good. It's not to judge. It's just the situation at hand. So you have the power to heal your life once you reprogram the subconscious mind and looking at opportunities, or looking at painful experiences as opportunities and challenges in your life. It's just a little game that you got to play to eventually end up there, because there's no time and space in the universe. You're going to get there, whether it be this life, next life, right? You might as well just pick to do it now and live that spiritual self instead of living the societal self, because you're going to have to do it eventually, right? And there's a great awakening. There's more and more people becoming conscious of this right now, right? And so, you know, you want to become that authentic self, because in that true authentic spiritual path is where you're going to reach ascension, and things become easier and you flow with life, and you're on that true spiritual journey, so you can attract the right people in your life, so you can attract the abundance of finances. You can have the health that you choose and heal these ailments that are uncurable, so to say, you know. So we want to be in that space where we're clearing the subconscious mind and creating mind-heart coherence, because the mind-heart coherence is the exact moment that you can see on an MRI image where you're going to create that manifestation that you've been working on for so long.